Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is sports, video games, and more. I'm your host, Chris Roby. Yeah, we're doing the pod. Just waiting on Chris Kovar to join, and then we're gonna talk some football. So yeah, I mean it's been a really crazy week. And then if you guys haven't been able to check out the Joe Scratchy Show, which is a new podcast that I'm doing, you guys should check that one out too. It's more like a comedy podcast. Yeah, so it's a little bit different, but it's pretty funny. It's definitely not really a serious podcast at all. Yeah, so go ahead and check that out. You know, you can't really take me seriously, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm on the Joe Scratchy Show, you know, but you can't really, you know, it's like, it's definitely scripted, you know, so like, if I'm saying something about myself or acting a certain way, like it may be true or it may not be true, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, check that out. It's, you know, it's more like a scripted podcast. Hey, what's up, dude? Chris Kovar. Hey, Chris.
What up, dude?
How's it going?
Dude, doing good. Playing in Oklahoma now, and I'm playing some WWE.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Like 2K? You're playing some 2K?
Yeah, WWE 2K.
Nice. What are you playing on the 360?
Now, PS4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they had 2K on 360
Oh, come on.
or I mean the wrestling one,
Yeah, they
WWE.
do, which is nice.
Yeah, dude. So what? It was a really really busy week for the NFL. I don't
Dude,
know.
well, Cam Newton's back with the Panthers.
Right, dude. That was crazy. What do you think about that? Did you see his
Um,
interviews? Did you see any of his interviews after he signed?
no, with the um, with me moving and everything, it was like I really didn't have, you know, I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I do know with um, with crap, um, with everything, with moving and everything, it was definitely like, you know, so. But I heard, he's excited to be back and everything, so I was like,
Well, it sounded like the fans are ecstatic. They never thought that they should have got rid of him.
yeah, the fans are basically gonna, um, I think the fans are more excited he's back.
Yeah, but you know, I gotta feel bad for PJ Walker, man, because he was in the AAF. Remember when that
Oh
they
yeah,
started that league out that didn't
oh
work out?
yeah.
Yeah, so every time he gets an opportunity, man, it seems like
He's not getting,
well,
he's not actually getting the chance to, you know,
Well, he's going to start this week, so depending on how it goes, I guess he'll keep starting, I would assume. But you know that the fans are going to be clamoring for Newton as soon as possible. Like, the fans are going to be all over Newton.
Right. Like, they want him to, play and everything, so
Yeah.
So. And then Odell finally signed with the Rams.
Yeah, dude, you know what was so crazy about that? I did the Joe Scratchy show.
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
About what? That other podcast?
Yeah, I totally forgot about it and stuff. But yeah, it's just been, it's been crazy. But
what I guess what I thought was the craziest thing is I quote unquote had Sean McVay on the show, right? And he was all talking about how they're trying to sign Odell Beckham Jr., right? And and basically it was the craziest thing, dude, because it was like we signed Odell.
right.
Was, quote unquote his words, but obviously not really his words. And it was like, quote unquote, we signed Odell, and then he said, we're trying to sign him. It's in the works. And then it was the craziest thing because then the reporters announced that Kansas City, Green Bay, and who was the third one? The Saints were actually the front runners. It was going to be one of those three teams, so not the Rams. So that totally would have ruined my show. And then come to find out, he actually signed with the Rams. So it was almost prophetic, bro.
What?
Everything I said that Sean McVay said on the on the thing was like, quote unquote Sean McVay said.
Did you need me for something? Oh, I thought you needed me for something. Oh. I think yours will actually Bluetooth to your drawer. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm also doing my podcast too, so I didn't know if you need me for anything. Yeah, let me see the headset while you're on your podcast. There you go. That is actually one.
But yeah, dude,
But yeah.
Huh?
Bye. Have fun. Let me turn this down so I can actually. Yeah, the headset was not working for me because I didn't plug my headphones in while I'm doing a podcast.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
dude, it was just crazy, man. When I realized that, because I thought, man, I have to do some more of the Joe Scratchy show, but I had already wrapped it up for the week. And it was crazy because I realized I had already said that they had signed or were trying to sign Odell.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be a lot more happy in LA just because of Matthew Stafford and everything else, So.
Yeah. I think one of the reasons I said they were trying to sign him is because right before he got released, people were saying, "What about the Rams?" And so I was trying to.
Yeah, that was my reaction, and I was not surprised one bit. So,
Yeah. Well, it is a little weird though because, okay, so yeah, they're gonna throw him the ball a lot more than Baker did. Like any quarterback in the NFL would probably throw it to him more than Baker did. But it is a little weird that like he's like the third option.
Right. Yeah, I feel that way. Come on, Brock, beat him. Yeah.
But I kept thinking, who Because he's got to go to an established, really good quarterback, right? Like, it seemed like that was the best fit. He needed to go to one of the top quarterbacks. And I kept thinking, well, Mahomes makes a lot of sense, but he may not be a contender this year if he goes to Kansas City. And also, like, they do have to spread the ball to a lot of people there, too. And Green Bay made a lot of sense, but Aaron Rodgers might leave. Okay, so.
Well, did you hear what the punishment like they're giving out to?
Yeah, they're fining him and Adam Lazard like $14,000 each. I think it's like $14,000, and then the team I think had like a $400,000 fine or something. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it really was, and when you honestly like look at it, oh come on.
Well, I mean, they deserved it. You got to admit.
I know. Yeah, they had it coming. Like they should have realized what they were. They knew what they were doing the entire time. It wasn't like they were they were surprised by it or anything.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see. What are the biggest rivalries? Ooh, John Cena versus Christian. Thursday Night SmackDown. Past spoilers. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, but I guess at the same time, you can actually, say like, it is what it is at this point, But I mean,
right.
I'm not saying it's, it is what it is, but it is, it's definitely like, oh crap! I lost my train of thought for a minute. That's coming. This never happened.
That's right. But yeah, dude, like, so we talked about Cam Newton. We talked about the Rams thing. I'm trying to think what else happened. It was a pretty busy week.
Yeah.
I think some people got COVID. I know Nick Chubb's going to miss the game. He's still not back from COVID for the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else happened. We talked about the two biggest ones.
Yeah, I think, well,
the Browns are playing the Patriots this week. That's going to be kind of...
Dude, what do you think of... Well, did you see what happened to the Rams last Sunday night?
Oh, yeah, the Rams, they lost pretty bad.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, here's the thing is, hang on. The guy I'm after is Matthew Stafford looked like he was playing crappy ball there for a bit, and it was going to eventually show, like it was going to show right out of the gate, like, like here's what's going to happen, and we all know it's going to take place, and and it wasn't. I'm not going to say I wasn't surprised by it. I was really surprised by it. I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised, Because it was like,
right, yeah.
Really? You guys were supposed to be this, oh, we're down to, we'll actually win type deal. And, once again, no, that's not what I want. Oh, come on. No, I want Roman Reigns on here. Roman Reigns is like top player in my mind.
Dude, do you think, because they were talking about, what's their name? It was the two guys from, dang it, I can't think of what team. There's so much, like, there's so much.
Yeah, there's
so much, like, these two players were out. Oh, the Cardinals, that's right. Do you think Kyler Murray and, was it Hopkins was out? Something like that last week. Do you think
Right.
they're gonna be back in the game this week?
Honestly, looking at it, what Colt McCoy did last week, I would not put Colin Murray back in. I think McCoy's a better fit right now, but I think Murray, what he's done has been great, but I don't know. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah, but the problem is that Kyler is the starter, so if he's ready to go, they're gonna put him in.
Yeah, that is true. So I mean,
You know what I mean?
either way, it's not like the end of the world, if they start Colt. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Dallas is playing Atlanta this week. They better win. Oh, they better win.
Dude, and you're probably gonna get mad at me for this, but I was listening to ESPN
Yeah.
and they were talking about how that this guy was like saying that the loss to Denver was actually kind of predictable that a loss was going to happen for them because he was saying that they had been so lucky on making points off defense
Yeah.
that just wasn't going to last forever.
Right. And it wasn't. I don't think it was in a sense, just because you know, like like the big thing is that it kind of exposed what we need to be focusing on. Our offense is great. It's our defense that needs to understand yeah, our offense can score points, but you're also responsible for for helping us out. So I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever at this point.
Dude,
So
you know what's a really good matchup, or it's at least really interesting, is the Packers with the Seahawks.
oh, and I don't know is no Rogers is not starting tomorrow.
Dude, I think they're both going to be back, Rodgers and Russell.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I don't know. I wouldn't play him, but it,
You wouldn't play Rodgers or Russell because Russell's probably ready to go.
I wouldn't play Rogers. I honestly because
Dude, here's the thing though. You can't go with Love. He can't win against anyone.
well, I know that,
I,
but the problem is I think the NFL
I,
needs to kind of they need to like suspend him for the rest of the season. No.
they're not going to though. They already dished out their punishment and it's done. It's over with.
I know, which if I was the NFL would have done more, but whatever. You know.
I mean, yeah, as far as Rodgers, but the team, I feel like they're, okay, you could have gave him a little bit of a higher fine maybe because, I mean, it was, it was a big deal what both of them did, but like the team did get a pretty big fine. Rodgers, 400,000, that's like a little fine, I feel like, for someone that makes what, 30 million or whatever a year.
Yeah, they should. They could. They could have like. No, they won't do that. But yeah, I don't know. And then his fiance is obviously speaking her out and everything. But
He's gonna. Look, a part of me, and maybe it'll still happen if this season doesn't. If things aren't going, if they're not going Rodgers' way, maybe it'll still happen. But part of me wondered, dude, and you heard on ESPN, I heard one or two people say, what if, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't say this, but I kept wondering for sure. Like, what if Rodgers did actually call it quits? Because he was, you guys have your little circus here and everybody's looking down on me and I'm not going to win MVP now and all this stuff. What if he's like, screw you guys, I'm done? Are you going to say anything?
sorry. Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's whatever at this point.
Dude, that you know how much that would hurt the Packers? All their fans would be screwed. Dude.
Yeah, they would be like, what? I mean, yeah, they would be.
That's like Dak Prescott walking out, dude. The Cowboys are definitely not going. Like they may not even make the playoffs
Yeah,
if
definitely.
Dak left.
Right. And I don't see it happening really. If Dak left, um,
You know, they like the Jets are the only one that comes to mind that not the only one because there's been some backups recently, including I think the Cowboys, right, where they did really good like with their backup. But you can't really depend on that like week in and week out, you know.
yeah, I wouldn't. We don't. I mean, Mike White is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He really is. Um,
Well, it's not proven yet, I guess, but he's looked really great.
right. You know, right. I mean, he has proven himself. As a great quarterback.
It's just not a long period, right? Like he hasn't played for that long.
Right.
Because like Drew Lock, remember a few years ago? I mean, you're not a Broncos fan, but I remember very well the last like few games. This was like 3 years ago, maybe. Like the last three games, dude, Drew Lock looked like he was the answer for the Broncos, and then he's not even starting now.
No, and like he's like what, the third string?
No, I think he's the second string because he actually did play a little bit this year. But he's definitely not the starter right now.
No, and I mean that's the other thing is, are the Broncos really gonna stay with Teddy Bridgewater? Um,
I keep feeling like they're gonna make a change. I mean, especially you can call it stupid or whatever, but they still have to figure out what Drew Lock is. Like,
right,
even though they should have figured that out by now, everybody still doesn't know exactly.
right,
You know?
right. And when you honestly, think about it, I think what the Broncos are gonna do is they're gonna like, okay, well, we're gonna use you some way. I don't know, but I mean, I wouldn't say like use him as a, you know, running back or anything because he's not that. Like some quarterbacks are like,
Right.
okay, sweet, like I'm willing to change. Uh, uh, like I
Yeah.
think Tebow was kind of in that same boat, really. But I think at the same time they're just gonna have to figure out what to do with him because there's really nothing they can do.
Dude, what if cuz Taysom Hill is still not the starter with the Saints, which is kind of weird. You know, but what's crazy is Simeon, our old quarterback, is. So what if Simeon produces really well and then Denver brings him back next year?
Hmm, I would not be counting on that, but that isn't
No, dude, I'm saying weirder things have happened in the NFL though.
right. I mean,
You know?
like, yeah, I get what you're saying there on that part. So I don't know. I mean, it would be funny to see what would happen, but once again, what the Broncos do is what the Broncos are going to do. So at that point, you can't really like say like um you know like you can't say, well, the Broncos are going to do this or the Broncos are going to do that because the Broncos, like the NFL, as we all know, they do different things because it's what the NFL is going to do. You know, so it's not like once
Yeah.
again, like when the Panthers brought in Cam Newton and they re-signed him, I had a feeling he was going to go back to his old team. But the thing is, Ron Rivera is no longer there, so he's not going to have to deal with that.
Well, I don't know if it was a strong feeling, but I kept kind of wondering or kind of I think everybody kind of was in the back of their head a little bit maybe, you know, like cuz the Panthers were struggling.
Yeah, and the other thing is Sam Darnold. His whole career has been defined by like, oh, can he win or can he not? And when the Panthers start saying, oh, we're like,
Right.
oh, Sam Darnold's the quarterback, he's this, he's that. But then when the Cowboys beat them, all of a sudden, we begin to see the cracks. We begin to see what Sam Darnold really is.
Yeah.
And he is 0-4 when he faces Bill Belichick, which is a
Yeah.
sad statement. Unlike Cam Newton, who's beaten Bill Belichick before. Oh, wow. Before. Um, so I think for me, it's more of, what, for me, it's more of that instead of like looking at it like, oh, well, Sam Darnold is the quarterback. Oh, well, he's this, he's that. I'm not convinced on Sam Darnold anymore. I'm really not, because that's just like, he's not the quarterback that the Panthers need. Newton knows how to run that offense. It's like Brady with.
Well, it's a different offense because Matt Rule took
Yeah,
over.
but here's the thing. But what I'm saying is Cam Newton was there for the longest time, and it's like he knows what to do in certain situations. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that it's like, oh, he's going to take over. No. But what I am saying is, if they start PJ Walker over him, that's the biggest mistake you can have. Honestly, I would.
Yeah.
It's like Tom Brady or Dak Prescott. I'm picking Tom Brady every single time. No offense to Dak Prescott whatsoever. That's just,
Yeah.
that's just, my opinion on it. But, and the same thing goes with Dak Prescott, and when, Roman Reigns and everybody else, not Roman Reigns, then coming to play WWE, with Tony Romo, we all were like, well, Dak's going to set out for years. He's going to learn. Romo will probably get injured by the end of the year. Dak will come in, save the team's butt, make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? The Cowboys made the mistake of playing him in a preseason game. And that was it. Because once Dak took over. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not comparing that to
Yeah.
anything else, but that's what I'm seeing is, who would you rather have on your team if you're the Panthers? Sam Darnold or Cam Newton? I'm picking Cam Newton. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing was, Sam Darnold started out so good, but like eventually, I mean, I think they would have kept maybe going with him to try to prove that they were right in the end, that there is something there. But
Right.
I mean, obviously, it started out great, but it just got to the point where he shouldn't even be on the field.
Right, and I think the other thing is, and even like the Monday Night Football game, and then the Thursday Night Football game that the Ravens got beat in. When you look at that Monday Night Football game, what I saw out of the Bears was, but out of both teams, it was a ref bolt. Like, there were some, like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the refs were throwing penalties left and right. They're like, oh, you get a penalty. It's like Oprah Winfrey thing. Oh, you get a new car, and you get a new car, and you get a new car. That's what it, but the refs were going, oh, you get a flag, and you get a flag, and yeah.
That's funny.
So,
Hey, sorry to cut in. What did you think about Lamar losing on, was that Thursday night?
that was embarrassing. The Dolphins embarrassed him. Because literally,
Yeah.
I was watching the highlights watching the highlights last night because I knew we were going to talk about it. So I was like, crap, I better watch the highlights. I know what I'm talking about.
Well, I didn't. The funny thing is, that was a game I missed. I didn't even watch it. So when I saw that they only scored, was it like 12 points or something?
No, they
Or
scored 10.
And the Dolphins had like 22, and people were still talking about how the Dolphins suck. Which, I mean, they do, okay, but it was like, well, they won the game, so, I mean, they obviously did something right that night.
Right.
I don't know. It was just kind of confusing not watching it,
Yeah, well, I thought you had watched it, so I was like, oh, okay, snap. Like, there's going to be something here that, like, oh, he's going to know something like, I don't know, type deal. And,
No, I recorded it. I might go back and watch it, but I was only going to do that if the or if the Ravens, if it was a close game, but the Ravens barely scored.
right. And I think the other thing when you look at it is they were 0 for 7 on third down.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, I literally counted, like, 7 times that they went for it on fourth down, and they missed it. And not that I'm saying that's not
Yeah.
anything, but Raven, you barely beat the freaking, like, you barely beat these guys. You barely beat the Vikings. Come on. The Vikings. And you can't beat the son of a gun.
Hey, but the Vikings have been, I mean, they've been close. You know what I mean? Like they've been beaten, they've almost been beating teams. They've
Let's
been
see.
hanging in.
Almost doesn't count, Chris. We all know that. Almost doesn't.
Hey, I'm just saying, dude, like they've been like, barely losing, so at least they're not like terrible, terrible.
Right.
Right?
I mean, you can look at it that way, and I'm gonna be like, bro, I would look like legit. I'd look at you and be like, well, almost doesn't count for the Cowboys either this year. Yeah.
No, but there is something to it. It's like, yeah, it sucks. Like, your record's not going to be great and all that, but like, at least you're not like a complete bottom feeder in the league. You know what I mean? For Minnesota, like, that's kind of a way to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, the other big thing though is Minnesota. Is I think what they could have done, and I think what they are going to have to do is either hire a new head coach or get rid of, you know, get rid of, you know, crap. Sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. Oh wow. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. I can have to focus. Get rid of Mike Zimmerman or get rid of Kirk Cousins. That's the bottom line on that. So
I think I'd get rid of Cousins.
thank you. Get rid of his butt and get some.
Dude, like, you're never going to go. That's the problem with a lot of these. That's the problem with Baker, right? And I hate to say it because I feel like someday he might be really, really good, but right now he is holding that team back.
Yeah, well, look at what he wasn't able to do with Washington.
What, Baker?
No.
You're talking about Cousins, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Cousins. I'm not talking about.
I know.
Oh, hey, what's
Yeah, but it's
what up? Hang on. Oh, what the heck? Come here. Why? Hang on. Say hi. Whatever. Hi. It's Jess. Oh. I'm in a freaking doing a freaking podcast. Go do your podcast. I walked out here to walk around. Hey, don't walk out here if you don't want to hear your best. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I didn't realize he was on the phone. Now you know what I have to deal with now for the rest of my life. Hang on, let me go say hi to her real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I'll keep talking about the Joe Scratchy Show or something.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. We got, I got a couple podcasts going now. And then doing the music too, and things are getting busier. Still got my more than full-time job, of course. So I have to hopefully be able to start a Patreon someday and maybe find ways through these other things of making money. But so then maybe I don't have to have a full-time job because it's like super busy job. But anyway, yeah, no, it's got to get big enough though to be able to make money off all this stuff. So support Joe Scratchy, support my sports video games and more podcast, which by the way, Joe Scratchy is going to that feed too. That's actually the better anything that goes through my Anchor podcast, which anything that goes through that, it should have like the Anchor logo. But that's always the definitive version of my podcast. It's just kind of how, or of all my podcasts, because I put everything there for one, but also I'm able to make it a lot better, Yeah, so always check that out, before any of the other feeds or whatever on the other podcasting places. But yeah, it's been busy, I'm able to do one of the cool things with Anchor is I'm able to put up more, whereas I use Spreaker too, but I can't do as many things with that, So it is pretty crazy, and but yeah, like with the Joe Scratchy show, instead of just putting the sound for the show up, I can actually put like songs in between, put all the segments up in one thing, stuff like that. So that's really what makes that the most effective. But yeah, it's just kind of the way that because the way that everything's set up for my podcasts, like some of the places where you get my podcast will be different than others, and it just is what it is, at this point. But yeah, dude, like check all that out. But yeah, this this NFL week has been really crazy. It really has. Yep, it's been crazy. And I'm trying to think if we covered. I'm sure we covered all the main stuff. But yeah, it's I think trying to think of. I think Brady probably is getting some more people back. I know there's been a lot of injuries on that team, so that'll be good if he can get some of his weapons back. But he's still really very much in the race for MVP. I think he's probably the top candidate. So that's really good, dude. Because it's just remarkable that at this age, Brady is doing everything that he's doing, and I think from what I've been hearing on like listening to shows or whatever, it sounds like people are really not happy with Rodgers probably that are doing the MVP voting. So there's probably going to be some kind of backlash for him winning MVP. He's probably really lucky that he was able to get one last year because, I mean, if they really are holding a grudge, then this could be maybe the last time that Rodgers wins the MVP. So, there's things like that people have to, have to think about, but, this whole thing with Rodgers, I mean, he messed up really bad. I think he really learned his lesson to some degree, or just maybe is more bitter now. One of the two, but it's pretty crazy. I should have asked Chris to mute his microphone because we can kind of hear him in the background here. Oh man, let's see here. So, trying to think of what the matchups are going to be. Let me look at this. We got, let's see, NFL schedule. All right, so we got Titans and Saints. That could have been a pretty cool matchup if things were still really good with the Saints. But who knows? Maybe Simeon will do something. Let's see, Bills and Jets. I think the Bills will probably bounce back. That could be a good matchup, though, if Mike White balls out and if the Bills keep struggling. Let's see, Lions, Steelers. I think probably the Steelers will win that one. The Lions just really, it's not been their year really for a long time. It's not been their year. Let's see, maybe ever has it been their year. I think maybe they went like years and years ago. They might have went to like a Super Bowl and lost. Let's see, Jaguars and Colts. Let's see, Carson Wentz is probably going to have that handled. They'll probably win, the Colts. Buccaneers, Washington. I think the Bucks will get that one. Browns and Patriots. There are people that are going for the Patriots. But if the Browns are able to have Baker play like he did last week, which it's possible.
Yes.
Maybe Baker's going to break out and actually, this could be the time that Baker proves that he's supposed to be the starter. Could be that the rest of the season goes great for him. But that's a hard one to pick. Because you got the Belichick defense, against the Browns. I'll probably go with the Browns though. Falcons and Cowboys. Does Matt Ryan do it? Does the Cowboys still? Are they still weak?
Cowboys are gonna win. We all know that, Chris. Let's just get that out of
the way. Dude, Matt Ryan's been having a good year though.
Matt Ryan's been having a good year. Matt Ryan's been having a good year. Matt Ryan's been having a good year. Let's see. I have heard that every year.
Hey, dude, but here's the thing: is Dak and Ezekiel going to be ready to play?
You better believe the sons of guns will be ready to play.
All right. Well, we'll go with the Cowboys on that one, I guess. And then I don't feel super great about it though. And then the Panthers and the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with is Cam playing? Is he gonna be? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals, of course. Cardinals, that one's not as questionable as the Falcons Cowboys. Just kidding. Vikings.
You really like to torment me on that, don't you? You're gonna give me grace for the rest of the.
Dude, if you listen to the Joe Scratchy Show, I did a whole thing about the Cowboys and Falcons.
I'm glad I wasn't a part of that. Because, man, oh, man. You better be glad we keep this clean. You better be glad.
Dude, it was funny, dude. I had quote-unquote Bill Belichick and quote-unquote Jerry Jones on.
Yeah.
You'll have to check the newest podcast out when I put it up. And then I tried to say they were playing each other, and then I looked it up, and then I told the other guy, like, hey, dude, like, you messed our show up because the Patriots and the Patriots and the Cowboys aren't even playing each other this week. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so Vikings Chargers. Probably go with the Chargers on that, right? The Vikings.
That was like literally. He like looked over at Ray. He's like, when Ray like pulled out her lightsaber, he was like, "Never mind." My dad's watching.
Who pulled out a lightsaber?
My dad was watching the Last Jedi.
Oh.
And there's a scene where Ray pulled out her lightsaber, and Ben has his flashlight or whatnot. And he's like, he just kind of looks like crap. Like,
So the Vikings and the Chargers are playing. Do you think the Vikings are going to choke again?
I'm picking the Chargers to win.
Yeah, that seems most likely.
Of course, it's most likely.
What against that well-oiled machine, the Minnesota Vikings?
Tell you what, I didn't catch up this part.
Yeah, and then you can watch that if that's what you're doing. I'm gonna keep talking though.
No, it's fine.
The Seahawks and the Packers.
I'm picking the Seahawks to beat the Packers because Aaron Rodgers sucks.
Well, he's coming back from COVID. He doesn't really suck, but he might not be that good this game.
Right. He may not be good at all. Who knows? Did I hurt some Packers fans' feelings? Well, screw it.
Oh, you did? Oh, man.
They're just going to have to get over it. I mean, here's the thing. As soon as we cross Texas, the border between Texas and Oklahoma, I flipped off Texas. Like, screw you, Texas.
I thought you liked the Cowboys, though.
I do like the Cowboys, but I don't like Texas. Bro, I grew up in Texas my entire life, okay?
Did you live in Oklahoma before, though, or no?
Oh.
How long's your dad lived in Oklahoma?
Stop. How long have you lived up in Oklahoma? A year? Yeah, about a year.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Actually, correction.
I lived in Tulsa like for a couple years off and on when I was like 22.
Oh, wow.
Or 20, maybe I was 20.
Ouch.
Yeah, I was trying to do it. I was doing Bible college like in have you heard of Victory?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing Bible college up there.
Well, that's cool. And ain't nothing but review time. Oh, I got some shit from Dad that I can kill like. Try these.
You got what?
It's moa flavored. And it's moa flavored Pringles. And that's the way we time.
They're what flavor?
The moa, M-O-A. Moa.
Oh, M-O-A. Moa?
Moa burger flavored.
Huh. I've never heard of that burger.
Me neither. Until now.
Sounds good. It kind of sounds good, though.
Let me look it up and see if it's an actual thing.
I thought you meant like like on like on Mexican candy, they always have like what is it? M-O-U-Y or whatever? Like Moy or...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were saying at first. They came out with the Pringles that was that flavor.
That'd be really funny if it was.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. They should do...
By any chance, do you play Fortnite?
I've played it a little bit, but I wouldn't say that I really play it.
Let's see, here we go. What is a Moa burger? The Pringles Moa burger crisp, lifting a thick wavy texture to deliver a bold crunch, feature a blend of flavors, including garlic, sweet ginger, savory beef. Each bite finishes with a crave, able slight heat from chili pepper and red pepper.
Nice. See, that's why we call it Sports Video Games and More.
Yeah, so people actually know what we're talking about it then.
It's funny, dude. I started putting the like when I do like funny YouTube videos, I put like a clip up on my feed, on my podcast feed, and then I started putting the Joe Scratchy Show on there too.
Like them? You can have them.
So it is. It's like everything's on the sports, video games, and more now.
Sweet. It's gonna go
Yeah.
into here. Yeah, I'm unpacking while I'm talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because this afternoon we are going to be going out to somewhere. Oh my gosh. I've got the pace. Let's see, what else did we talk about? I don't know. I'm out of subjects.
I'm not really sure. I think we pretty much covered like all the NFL stuff pretty much. Right? What about basketball or something?
Warriors are actually first in the Western Conference this year. Dude. Well,
That's
Curry's like
good.
scoring like 40 to 50 points a game. You gotta tell me about it.
Jeez. Is that like a record? Like what's the record for the most scored every game? Like a streak?
I know he had 66 points last year against the Portland Trailblazers.
Dang.
You talk about like video game numbers. Like legit.
Yeah.
Like he was like putting up video game. I mean, he's putting up like top notch video game numbers. You know,
It's
dude.
crazy, dude.
They've only like lost to the or no, they didn't lose to the Timberwolves. They beat the Bulls like 112-93 last night. No, they've beaten.
Dang.
Actually, let me look it up because I have the Warriors out because I keep track of the season. I have to follow the Warriors.
Oh no.
What happened?
Oh, I'm just playing Madden, dude, and I was out of timeouts, and then it like speeds up my
Yeah, if you don't have any timeouts, let me just tell you something. You do not have.
yeah, dude, it speeds up the clock. I had like 13 seconds, and I got to the line, and all the time was gone.
Wait, what quarter?
The
Fourth?
the game was over, dude. I almost had 3 games in a row where I had like 7 or 8 touchdowns, and I was about to get my 8th touchdown in this one, and then I guess I'm out of time. That really sucks because I was like at the red zone, you know.
Oh, Wizards lead the Eastern Conference at 8-3. Nets are 9-4. Bulls are 8-4. Cavaliers are 8-5, surprisingly. The Hornets
Dang,
are 7-7. Celtics are 6-6. Knicks are 7-6. They're actually tied with 7th place with the Raptors. The top 6 teams, or like the top
dang,
5, are the Heat, Sixers, Cavaliers. I'm surprised by them. Bulls.
go Cavs!
Oh crap.
Woo, do it.
The Lakers are actually in 7th place right now, but yeah, the Warriors.
Wait, the Lakers are where?
The Lakers are in 7th place right now,
Oh my gosh,
and the
what's
Rockets
their record?
7-6.
Jeez.
Um,
Well, at least they're above 500.
yeah, well, both the Pelicans and the Rockets are 1-11 and 1-12.
Wow.
Timberwolves are 4-7. Wait, did they change their logo? The
Who?
Timberwolves, because they don't have a wolf anymore as their mascot. I don't know if they changed something like. The Grizzlies are kind of
Well,
winning.
they better still have a wolf. They're the Timberwolves.
No, yeah, the Mavericks are 8-4. They're sitting on that 4th spot, which I don't expect them to move down soon um unless the Warriors start playing like crap, which they shouldn't. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's see how many. Stephen Curry. Let's see. Stats brothers. Let's see how many points he is averaging. He averaged. He averaged 19 points against the Pelicans, against Houston. He played for 27 minutes. Holy crap! He put up 50 points against the Atlanta Hawks. Jesus.
Dang.
Again.
Hey, Chris, we got somebody that requested to speak.
Yeah, bring him up. Finally.
So, but yeah, dude, it's they should be on if they want to say anything.
That's nice. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Okay. That's nice. I'm reporting live from Singapore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
like,
11:27 our time at night. But I grew up in Washington, D.C., and I'm wondering what you guys think about the Redskins. Well,
the Redskins?
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna drown a shot of tequila.
we're gonna do a little
Here
shot
in
of
Singapore is
tequila.
night.
Because we go, ay, 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 ay.
Well, I mean, the Redskins. I don't know. I mean, then it was a really good year for them last year. This year, it seems like they're struggling a little bit, but they might turn it around.
Correction to correct you, it's not the Washington Redskins, it's the Washington football team.
Right, that is true.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they changed their name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They changed their names.
Yeah, what do you think their next name should be? Because that's just temporary. The Washington football team, that's just temporary. What if you were to pick a name for them? What would it be?
I mean, look, I was born in D.C. I don't know how old you guys are. When were you born?
Just have a shot of tequila.
I did have a shot of tequila.
And it's nighttime. You just held them. You're not.
And it went.
It's nighttime
But
here in Singapore.
was that tequila?
It was tequila.
Okay.
Petrol.
Oh, nice.
But then you just held them.
What year were you guys born?
2000.
I was born in '89.
Okay. And your friend?
I was born in 2000.
I don't know. When were you born, Chris?
2000.
2000? Jesus Christ! I was born in 1977.
No way.
No, these guys are like babies. They're babies.
What is this?
Excuse me. Do not ever call me a baby. That is something I'm 21 years old. I am not.
You're 21 years old.
Yes.
He is not a baby. He is 20. No, he just said he was 21 years old. He is not a baby.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
But you have two children? Do you have two children?
No, I do not. Those are my friends. Duh. Hello. Welcome to reality.
Oh, God. Well, who are you? Bless your heart. Huh? Welcome to reality. Your picture is a little bit like...
What's the name of your girlfriend?
Chris is 80. Chris is 84 years old.
Oh, shut the frick up.
Oh, my God.
I am not.
Hey, I'm sorry, ladies. We got to get back to our podcast here. All right, Chris, it's just us again, dude. That was getting a little...
I am not freaking 84 years old. Oh, my God.
That was just taking a turn to be something that wasn't our podcast.
Nope. Ladies, well, they're like, what do you think about this? And we're like, not even talking about that. I'm like...
Oh, man. Of course, they want to speak again, but, I mean, that wasn't going too well.
I mean, if we could tell them, like, hey, look, if you're going to speak, we talk about football. talk about video games. I don't care if they come up and speak. It's just, hey.
Well, it seemed, no offense, but it seemed like they didn't even know that the Redskins aren't the Redskins anymore.
You live in Singapore, and she sounded drunk too. So.
Right, which also doesn't go with the show very well, and like the whole thing wasn't going with the show.
No, to all of our listeners, we do apologize for that one crazy moment in this podcast, but I don't know what to think.
What's funny is, dude, we had those other guys, or there's one other guy earlier. He wanted to speak, or I told him he could speak, and then he said okay, or later on I saw he had said okay. But then once I saw that, they were off the show already. So we could have had another guest earlier, but it's hard to like stay on the screen all the time. You know?
It really is. Legit. I don't know. That was crazy.
So, and then I was kind of like, what is this? Why are they wanting to speak? And I was confused. But, it's we don't usually have guests on the show. So I was like, well, we'll see. See what the guest has to say, but
I thought you were talking.
I figured it might be like.
No, if they've been like talking crap about like if they've been talking crap about how bad Washington sucks, I would have been like, oh yeah. No, they don't want to. So. No.
Well, if they wanted to talk football, then yeah, I mean. Like, or something topic-wise, then, yeah, they could have stayed on the show, but it was just like, we're not putting up with nonsense or anything else.
Right. I mean, we never have to put up with nonsense on this show, so if people want to start going down that rabbit hole, they can, but...
I think in the comments, too, I probably need to, like, maybe on the room name or something, I need to put no cussing,
Yeah, because some people want to cuss,
Yeah, because this happened multiple times.
You're a baby.
Like I try to keep it clean, but it's happened multiple times that people will just jump on and say whatever in the green room.
Right, and that's not what our podcast is about, Like, our podcast is sports, video games, and more. Like, yeah, we may talk about something random, but we always bring it back to what our original topic was. Like, so last night, me and my dad and a couple other people were playing. I got 3 kills in a row. Like, literally, like in 3 straight matches. Got, like, the last kill. It was, yeah. I have to say, Fortnite, yeah. Don't even get me started because Fortnite is like my baby. Besides NBA 2K. Which, I mean.
Oh, so you play Fortnite?
Dude, I've been playing since like yesterday.
Do you play it on your phone or you do it on PS4?
PS4.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you're not.
Dude, I didn't realize you had a PS4, man. I don't have the what do they call it, the PlayStation Plus. So if I did, we could play online. But I have the Xbox Gold. So that sucks.
Yeah, it really does
because we could like play games online if I had the PlayStation Plus. But here's the thing, like, and I don't know anything for sure, but like my dad and stepmom, and they give us some money every Christmas, and like obviously I'm like 32 years old. I don't get like showered presents for like Christmas or whatever anymore, but like my stepmom did ask me like, hey, do you need a license, for the PS5? And I was thinking, a license? What the heck is she talking about? But she was like, no, to be able to play it, do you need a license? And I was like, well, they have the PlayStation Plus, and you can have that, but you don't have to have that to play games. That's for the online, that type of thing. And but it just, she said something about they had found some cheap PS5s, which the PS5s have been really hard to get.
Yeah,
And
which is surprising that they were able to do
well,
that.
well, it's all because of COVID. Like one of the parts in the new Xboxes or the new Xbox and the PS5, I guess they couldn't get them, or something. Like it's just this big old thing because of COVID and because anyone that sees them is buying the consoles out when they hit the stores, and I'm sure there's multiple factors. But anyway, so she was talking to me about it, and my dad was on the phone. And it just got me wondering: are they planning on giving me a PS5 for Christmas? Because that would be so awesome, dude.
Dude, like legit, like I wanted that. Like I already told like my aunt and uncle, like legit, like I really want the Xbox Series X. And my grandma was like, I don't even know what that is, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, you want the Xbox Series X?
Oh
Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, so I can actually like play like 360 games on it because like it's compatible with like the old Xbox games and the 360 games.
Yeah, but you have 360, right? Or no?
Yeah.
If you get a choice, try to get a PS5 because that's probably what I'll start with. Eventually, I want a Series X also.
Right.
But what's really cool about that if you get instead of the Series X, you can get the Series S, which is only 300 instead of 500.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a route to go too. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But it's a lot cheaper, and it's a way to get one of the new gen consoles, the newer consoles.
Yeah, which is, I mean, in my mind, I think it is. Let's see, what do I really want? What part here? But yeah, like I think like the first time like I like started playing Fortnite, like I was like legit, like like whatever, But then once I started winning and stuff, like I was like, oh snap, bro, like I'm gonna be playing this pretty much for the next couple months. But it's like a 6-hour drive to like Texas.
The cool thing about if you get the Xbox Series X or the S, even the cheaper one, if you get Game Pass, which is like, $15 a month or whatever, then you can get like a whole library of games to play all the time. You'd never have to buy actual games.
That's what I'm thinking about doing.
So Xbox has made it, if you want to go cheap, they've made it where you can go cheap. Like you don't have to pay the $70 for some games. You can do 15 a month. You don't have to pay the 500. You could get the cheaper one and pay like
also,
300.
like with a job too, it's gonna be 10 times easier for me to like, okay, yeah, like if I really want to get in, be like, oh yeah, like obviously, like I'll have to like pay my bill and everything, but but I won't have it for a while.
But dude, Xbox Game Pass is so good. I wish PlayStation would start something like that because they're PlayStation, huh?
Because they're never gonna do that, right?
Well, they have PlayStation now, but it's not the same at all.
Right.
Like they might have a subscription for it, but it's not really the same thing. They don't have as many games probably, and it's the game quality isn't the same probably, and like I'm sure there's differences, but Xbox, Game Pass, that's the way to go. But if you get so here's the thing, in my mind at least, so PlayStation has the cheaper option, which is the no disk drive one, but it's like $400 for that. So at that point you might as well pay $500 for the disk drive.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I think if people are willing to like pay for like the actual games themselves, then go for it. But like Chris was saying, guys, like Xbox has made it 10 times easier for people just to, oh crap, I just wrote it. Come on. No. Not to about that. Okay. But yeah, I mean, people can, I think if people are going to do it, then they're going to do it, but, oh,
Oh, hey, Chris, I gotta run, dude. I'm sorry.
oh, that's fine, dude.
I gotta go.
All right, man.
Huh?
All right, man.
Well, anyway, thanks everybody for listening, and
Yeah.
it was a really good podcast, dude. I think this has like been our best episode yet, dude, because we really broke down, a lot of what was going on, and like, we even covered video games. We talked some NBA. I mean, we've had some good episodes, but I think this might be our best.
Yeah, it's been. I'd have to say it's definitely been perfect. So, I'm doing Sunday night tomorrow. Finally.
So, well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So if I don't see a game, I will be recording it. So do not tell me. I finally have the ability to record the freaking game.
Okay.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
I won't tell you. I'll let you know when the podcast is up, okay?
All right, man.
All right, man. Take care, bro. Thanks, everyone, for listening.